What's up, guys? Sam Productions here, back with another video. Today, we're going to make some predictions for the 2024 U.S. Open at Pinehurst. Just predicting some guys, that'll make the top 10, some surprising guys. Guys who I think will miss the cut, like some big names that, most golfers or golf fans know, that will miss the cut. And obviously, the winner, and maybe the guy who'll finish second. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and let's get started. First up, we're going to do guys who I think are going to miss the cut, that are, big names. And the first guy is going to be Wyndham Clark. He started off pretty well. I mean, he had some made cuts in top 30s, I guess. But then he won at the Pebble Beach Pro-Am. WM Phoenix Open, he did, kind of okay. He missed the cut at the Genesis, but then he, tied. You got second at the Arnold Palmer, tied second at the Players. Tied for 31st at the Texas Children's Houston Open. So he's doing okay so far. But then he misses the cut at the Masters. Not great. Tied for third at the RBC Heritage, cool. But then he, goes tied for 47th at Wells Fargo. He was the defending champion, and he didn't do that well. Then he missed the cut at the PGA Championship, and then he missed the cut at the Memorial. I just do not see him doing that good this week. I don't really see him, making the cut, honestly. Could he maybe make a run and make the cut? Yeah, but I definitely don't see him, getting top 10 or retaining, the championship. So yeah, I'm gonna predict Wyndham Clark to miss the cut. The second guy who I think is gonna miss the cut, that is, a pretty popular name, is Dustin Johnson. He really has been doing that great on a live tour, tied for 27th, tied for 21st, tied for 24th, tied for 31st. But then at the Masters, he honestly put on a really horrible showing. PJ Championship, he shot -6, but I mean, I think it's combined, the whole field shot like -300, something around that, just a ridiculous score, and he got tied for 43rd. It's really not that crazy. That PJ Championship was super easy, by the way. There were so many, guys who were honestly like under, I think, like say, -6. There's so many guys who are, -7, -8. So yeah, I just don't think he's gonna do that well. Could he maybe make the cut? Yeah, but what I saw at the Masters was honestly really bad. And Valhalla, again, even though he made the cut, that course was playing so easy that, club you could say Valhalla Golf Club. They're playing so easy that week at least. So yeah, I'm gonna say Dustin Johnson misses the cut. Final guy I could see missing the cut is Patrick Cantlay. I just don't know if this guy's, that good anymore. Finished tied for fourth at Genesis, tied 11th at the A&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. So he's done okay, but I mean, like, all these finishes really aren't that impressive. Tied for 22nd at Augusta is cool, but tied for 53rd at the PGA Championship, again, not great. And then, he misses the cut, +7 at the Memorial Tournament last week. So really, I just don't have any faith, you could say, in Patrick Cantlay, at least for this week and, maybe upcoming weeks. So yeah, I'm going to say Patrick Cantlay misses the cut. Next up, I want to talk about Tiger Woods because I think he could be a surprise top 5. If there was a course that he would win at, if there was a tournament he would win, it would be this one. Conditions are going to be good for him. But I also want to talk about Tiger hasn't played that bad this year. I'm going to say he hasn't played that bad. He missed the cut by, tons of strokes, obviously, at the PGA Championship. But I mean, if it wasn't for this horrible stretch of holes right here, he shot even par for the week, or the first 2 rounds. If it wasn't for this, if it wasn't for some of these back-to-back bogeys, again, the bad stretches of holes, he would have done a lot better. And it just also shows how this guy still has, some left in the tank. Like, he still can win a major. Like, he was winning the Masters and the Zozo in the same year, 5 years ago. And then 5 years later, people are calling him, bad. They're not calling him the GOAT anymore because of what he did, but, like, no one has came back from what he experienced. Like, he had such a horrible, horrible car crash. And he's still playing. He's still playing 72 holes at Augusta. Which is crazy because, he made the cut at Augusta. I don't even think maybe John Rahm made the cut, but Dustin Johnson didn't make the cut. None of those guys did. You know what I mean? Like, he still is one of the, better veterans, you could say, on the tour. And he can win. You know how good someone is? They still talk about him, winning. Like, I even see, like, a little video on ESPN, how to bet Tiger Woods at the US Open. People are still betting on this guy. That's how good he is. That's how good he was, at least. That's how much people believe in him. That's how you know this guy is obviously the GOAT. But he could still, go out and win a major if he wants to. And if there was a week he could, or at least go top 5, this would be the week. So, Tiger Woods, I think you're going to make the top 5. My next and my final surprise top 5 is going to be Robert McIntyre. No one's really talking about him to finish top 10, top 5, but I definitely think he could. Obviously, he won the RBC Canadian Open 2 weeks ago. He didn't play the Memorial. I think that's, really good because he can take some time off, kind of enjoy the win, but at the same time, get ready for, his second major of the year because he played at the PGA Championship. He finished top 10. He was tied for 8th, which is honestly really good. At least for your first major of the year, the shoe, I think he shot -13. Let me double check. Yeah, he shot minus 13 at the PGA Championship. So yeah, he did really well there, even though the course is playing really easy. That's still pretty good to shoot, minus 13. So yeah, I think this dude can definitely make a run at the top five. So I predicted him to go, probably fourth or fifth. Now we're gonna close out the top five, which means I'm gonna predict the guys who are gonna finish third, second, and first. So the guy I think is gonna finish third is none other than Scotty Scheffler. It's so tough for someone to win two majors in a year, let alone, win the Masters and the US Open. I think that obviously Scotty has a great chance to win. He probably will win. I'm gonna say he finished third. He finished tied for eighth at the PGA Championship. Not great. Obviously, won last week at the Memorial. He's just such a good golfer. Like, there's no other way to put it. Like, he is probably easily the best right now. Probably the best we've seen in the past 5 years. Obviously, ever since Tiger kind of stopped winning, you could say this guy, Scotty Scheffler, has probably been the best. And he didn't really start going crazy until I would say like 2022, maybe late 2021. So Scotty Scheffler, I think he has a great chance to win, but I'm gonna say he goes third because I think that it's really tough to win a major, let alone win two majors in the year. The guy who I think will finish second is gonna be Colin Morikawa. This dude has kind of been waiting patiently to win, this year. Tied for third at the Masters, tied fourth at the PGA. He finished second last week. And fourth at the Charles Schwab, ninth at the RBC Heritage. Like this dude's been waiting to get another major win or even another, elevated tournament win. But I don't think he'll get it this, week. I think someone else will win it. Colin Morikawa obviously is, in my opinion, a top seven, top five golfer in the world right now, and he honestly has been since probably 2020, 2021. So yeah, Colin Morikawa, I don't think he's gonna win yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if he wins the Tour Championship. And the winner of the U.S. Open will be none other than Rory McIlroy. Might seem crazy because I've said he's overrated in the past, but I think he's got a shot this week. He's actually surprised me a lot in major tournaments this year, and overall in all tournaments. He didn't choke at the Wells Fargo Championship. He made the cut at the Masters. He finished, top 25. He finished top 15 at the PGA Championship. He did good at the RBC Canadian Open, and he finished top 15 at the Memorial. Honestly, I don't like Rory that much. I always thought he was overrated. If there was any year that he could win a tournament and not choke on Sunday or even miss the cut, like he usually does at the Masters, it would be this week. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Rory McIlroy. Might seem crazy because again, I've said he's overrated in the past. It's been so long since this guy's won a major tournament. It's literally bound to happen at least one day. So I got Rory McIlroy to kind of pull off a surprise win because I don't think many people are taking him right now because obviously the guys are just better than him right now at least. Rory, he's not necessarily part of the big three anymore. That was Jon Rahm, Rory McIlroy, and Scotty Scheffler. He's probably fallen out of it, but nonetheless, I still expect him to win this tournament somehow. So yeah, I got Rory McIlroy winning the U.S. Open, and that'll be it for my U.S. Open predictions. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, know what to do. Like, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for another Hand Productions video.